Welcome to Good Evening KU. I'm Jordan Nicole.
And I'm Fabian Rosales.
And we're here today on a Wednesday. So what's been up?
And I'm surprised we're here on another Wednesday because it seems like almost every Wednesday we have canceled due to snow days.
I know, right?
Yeah, but luckily, today it was slightly canceled because of the delay start.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate because I had a 9 a.m. this morning and I was not feeling it.
Same. It was so hard to get out of bed.
Yeah. But luckily, my next class was at 2, so it was just easy to get up and head there.
So you had a nice break.
Mm-hmm.
So did you see what's been happening in pop culture lately?
Not really. I've just been disconnected for a little bit.
Okay, well, I'll fill you in. Jordan Woods, best friend to Kylie Jenner, allegedly has been caught cheating on Tristan Thompson, or with Tristan Thompson. What are your thoughts?
Just another news, just more news with the Kardashians, just a sigh, but that's a really bad thing to do.
I know, it's sad. Well, I think regardless of if you're a fan or not, I think it says a lot about who you keep in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jordan Woods needs to be canceled.
Yeah, honestly.
I think she needs to go. That's not
just
okay.
Just go somewhere else.
Yeah, just go. Anywhere is fine. Yeah.
But I also did hear the news with Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah, Karl Lagerfeld.
Lagerfeld.
Yes. Wow. So Karl was the head designer at Chanel for 30 years, and he passed away at 85.
Yeah, and I've only mostly heard negative things towards him. He was very sexist against women and very I can't say
misogynistic.
Yes,
I got
thank
you. Yeah.
Because he said terrible things about Adele, about her weight, and then Heidi Klum, saying she was too heavy to be on the runway.
Yeah, I know. So it's crazy because although he was known as being controversial in the media, I think he was able to do so well with his designs because his designs were always impeccable and pushing social bounds, and he always made a statement on the runway. So do you feel as people of society that we can separate the artists from their work, or it's just no, we have to?
Me personally, I'd like to judge the work and also the creator.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to purchase his designs and clothing because how terrible a person he was.
Mm-hmm.
But some people do see behind the fact. Some people just look at the designs and don't really look at the name.
Yeah, that's true. Well, since we're on the subject, it's also been kind of rough in fashion. Did you hear about Burberry?
I did.
Yeah.
And that's quite a mess with the whole noose.
Yeah,
thing.
I know. So I saw the Instagram post and I saw the model walking down the runway. What were your thoughts? Did you think it had a racial undertone, or did you think it was suicide related?
I can see how people saw this relation the whole thing was suicide, and that is a really bad thing. But they had good intentions, but the outcome was just terrible.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I don't know where Ricardo was going with that. I thought it was kind of stupid. I know that fashion is supposed to be cutting edge and pushing boundaries, but I'm what's the rope?
It it just pushed
I don't
too
know.
far.
Were you supposed to be able to do something with that? I know this is a very serious matter, but I didn't get the concept, and I just think it was wrong. So that was a major loss for that.
Yeah, it just. And I wonder, how are we going to do after that? I wonder if they're going to be able to,
Yikes.
build up a good reputation again, or it's just, all downhill after that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, on a lighter note, the Oscars are coming up.
We talked about that last week.
Yes.
And, again, we're both going to be watching it this Sunday.
I will be watching.
I'll be watching, too.
Yes, we should watch together.
Just have a whole viewing party.
We can have a watch party. We can watch together. Get the popcorn, get the drinks. We can watch together. I just invited myself over. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I think that wraps it up for today.
Yeah, and I'll be back with an interview. Stay tuned.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here with the lovely Molly,
Hello.
producer of Good Evening.
Yes, I'm the producer of Wednesday Good Evening KU, and I also work for Rock Chalk Video.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
So you're a busy girl.
Yes, very busy.
So tell me, how did you end up producing?
So my freshman year, I'm a sophomore at KU, and my freshman year, I came here to be in physical therapy, but then I took Cal Butcher's 210 class for fun, and I ended up really loving journalism, and then I decided I would work a couple shows, and that's how I originally got into working with Good Evening KU. And then this year as a sophomore, I'm now the producer of a show. And then for Rock Chalk Video, like I said, I changed to journalism. So then I wanted to get involved in the sports world. So Rock Chalk Video, we get to work live production for all KU athletic sports. And yeah, it's just super fun. I really enjoy it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
what's been, if you could give me one challenging aspect of your job, what would you
So-
say?
Anyone who wants to work with sports, there's no real sense of time. You're always
Yeah.
busy, you're always running around, games could go crazy overtime, whatever, or you're in the studio editing, you just have to be prepared to do whatever and not put a time limit on anything.
So this definitely isn't a job for someone that wants a 9 to 5, knowing what they're
Right.
doing every day.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's the opposite of that. You could be working any hour of the day, and
Okay.
it's very fun though.
Awesome. So if I wanted to come and work for Rock Chalk, what would you describe a typical day? What I would just want to know, what would I be getting myself into?
So
Yeah.
actually, a lot of journalism students volunteer to work with Rock Chalk Video, and you could do anything from gripping, which is helping a camera operator, like a handheld camera, helping them with their cable so it doesn't get tangled, and then you're right there on Allen Fieldhouse Court, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's
So
exciting.
you could do that, which typically that's what we start off students on. Or my position, sometimes I work replay or I work...
Wait, replay. Can you explain?
Yes.
What is replay?
So replay, when you're watching a game, for example, at home, and an awesome play happened, say,
Devontae Graham
yeah,
or someone,
some big player goes up and dunks it, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. I want to see it again.
Yeah.
I'm the person, or a full timer will go back and play it and put it live on TV. And so that's something that's really cool. And then as a student, I get to sit there next to that full timer and help them edit or label and just be able to put on a show for people watching at home. Or that's also played on the big screen.
Oh, that's
in Allen
awesome.
Fieldhouse.
Oh, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
or I get a ton of camera work, which is super fun. So I've worked a variety of different cameras, and then we also get to have a sport we're assigned as a student, and we get to go film at a meet for track or
awesome.
soccer game, baseball game, whatever, and we get to be there at those events and film and then make cool videos for the teams to put on their social media or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you're ever on the court, because I think I would get distracted. If I saw an attractive basketball player walking by, let's go with Dodson.
Okay.
Are you going to get distracted from your work?
So if I were to do that, I'd probably get yelled at by my TD, which is the technical director, and that's a full-timer who is in charge of all of us camera operators, or, like I said, if I was on replay or whatever. So if we're, messing around or not focusing, we'll be sure to know that and then get back to doing our work. But we're also not supposed to really interact while we're on the job, so.
Yes.
Not a fan, we're working for the team.
Of course, yeah. So definitely maintaining a certain level of professionalism.
Yes,
it's not
respect.
just like you're going to the game and getting to watch it from the perspective of a fan.
Right.
I mean, you're helping so the fans can enjoy
Yes,
it home.
definitely.
Yeah, which
like
is
we want to put on
awesome.
the best show for the
Okay.
fans, for sure.
So earlier off camera, we talked about how you got to doing journalism, and you said that you changed your major for
Yes.
physical therapy. Are you happy with your decision?
Yes, I was not willing or wanting to do organic chemistry. So that's how I got out of physical
Yeah.
therapy. But my transition and decision to do journalism was definitely one I'm happy with. And I really love the J School. I feel like I'm learning a lot. And I have really awesome professors that I've been learning from and just getting, more experience, like whether that's in school or a show like this. And it's just really fun.
That's
I do
awesome.
like it.
Is there anything else that you would like our viewers to know about producing, the ins and outs, or?
Again, about time, like I've gotten a lot better with time management personally, just from, planning schedules and having to like come up with a news story and like learning how to write that. Like that's what I had to do today, like prepare some news stories, which is something I hadn't done before. So it was a learning experience and it was very fun.
Yes.
And I would just say, I don't know, like just really focus on your time management and then putting in your best effort, like best foot forward for sure with journalism, because that is what the people are seeing, and so
Right.
you want it to be your best work.
I like that. Well, thank you so much for
thank
coming
you for
on,
having me.
Molly. This is Molly Wiskur, everybody, and up next we have the news.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Carly.
And I'm Connor. This is your Wednesday Good Evening KU News Update. The White House is set to conduct a panel advising President Trump on how climate change affects national security. This panel comes weeks after a report by the Worldwide Threat Association, which concluded that climate change poses a clear and immediate danger to the planet. Notably, the panel contains physicist William Harper, who believes carbon dioxide emissions are beneficial to humanity.
Senator Bernie Sanders announced on Tuesday that he will be running for president again in the 2020 election. Sanders is one of the most well-known candidates entering the Democrat field and is also one of the most outspoken against President Trump. Sanders joins 11 other candidates running for president, 6 of them being women.
Federal officials learned that 3 5-gallon containers stored in the Grand Canyon Museum collection contained radioactive uranium ore. Workers and tourists have been unknowingly exposed to the radiation for the past 20 years. A safety, health, and wellness manager said in an email to employees that national park authorities intentionally covered up the potential health risks.
Bam Bam, the polar bear at the Kansas City Zoo, died last night after a short battle with liver cancer. In the wild, polar bears typically live only 15 to 18 years, but zoo officials said that Bam Bam lived a long and happy 31 years. Her favorite food was peanut butter and celery.
After he'd gone missing for more than 100 days, one family's best friend returned home. The wildfires in California forced the Ballejos family to evacuate their home without their dog Kingston. But this week, Kingston showed up safe and sound. He's believed to have survived by eating skunks.
KU's massive fundraising campaign is now in its 17th hour. One Day, One KU has already raised more than $500,000. The event tries to see how much money can be raised in one day. Visit the KU homepage for more information.
A new apartment complex with retail shopping is coming to 23rd Street in Lawrence. The existing shopping center near Naismith Drive and 23rd Street is scheduled to be demolished, with businesses looking for new homes. The 3 anchor stores are Party America, UNI Computers, and CopyCo.
In sports, the Kansas baseball team canceled its home opener against Nebraska-Omaha today. The Jayhawks also moved their 4-game series with Texas Southern to Dallas this weekend. KU is 2-2 after splitting the series with USC Upstate last weekend. Prior to the road trip, Kansas baseball head coach Rich Price talked about the snowy start to the season during the annual preseason media day.
Yeah, I think without question in the 17 years I've been here, this is the worst month that we've had to get started with. When we used to be able to open the first weekend in February, I think 3 times we traveled to the West Coast without a day outside. But since they moved the start date to the third weekend and Friday 4 or 5 years ago, this is without question the worst weather that we've tried to prepare our team to compete in.
And that'll wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and Madison will be here after the break with the weather forecast.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Welcome back to Good Evening KU. What you're looking at right now is a live shot outside, right behind Anschutz Library. We're looking at the corridor down there between the chemistry building and the backside of Anschutz. As you can see, we're still seeing a little bit of that, well, we're seeing most of that snow that was left from the storm that came through last night. And that's kind of kept our temperatures down a little bit lower today, which has been pretty nice, but it's going to be much worse. It's going to be better as we move into the rest of the week. We're going to start seeing temperatures warm up as we move through into Thursday and Friday. Moving into this weekend, we have our next chance for some pretty substantial snow, which will be interesting, and we'll get into that in a minute. And then next week, we're going to see the temperatures drop back down, and then again, a chance for more snow. So winter's not over yet. All right, so my slides aren't changing. I think we're going to take a look at the full week forecast, I think. So moving into tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures around 41, which is going to be really different from what we've seen from the last week. Moving into Friday, 42, and this is when our chance of rain begins. And it's not going to stop until Saturday evening. So Friday we're going to see showers in the evening, and those are going to continue into Saturday during the day. Now, Saturday evening you want to be aware because the situation is still developing as of right now, but we could be seeing a potential for another blizzard hitting us, or we have the potential for some pretty severe thunderstorms that could even result in tornadoes. And it's all about the direction of the storm. As of right now, it looks like we're probably going to fall on the thunderstorm side, but that could still shift and move, so you want to make sure you're paying attention as we continue through the week. Then, as we move into Sunday and Monday, we're going to see temperatures again into 40, and they're going to start to drop off later in the week like we've been seeing. So, we're going to step back to this weekend. We're going to see Saturday again, 48 degrees. Really warm because we have this low pressure system moving through. As it moves through, it's going to be pushing this warm, moist air in, and if the system hits the right way, if it shifts the right direction, we will be seeing large amounts of snow. This could be the most snow we've seen so far. But again, we've got to keep an eye on it right now. So let's talk about impacts. Accumulating snow, I'm moderately confident that we're going to get some sort of precipitation. Again, I don't know if it's snow or rain. Accumulating ice, I'm not expecting ice for this storm, so I'm not expecting massive power outages, but damaging winds, I am expecting those. Into Sunday, it's going to be extremely windy because of the intensity of this storm coming through. So stay alert and stay aware as you move into this weekend. And hopefully next week we'll see less snow and maybe some nicer weather, a little bit more sunny days. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you'll join us again next week. Bye.